Hi again. It's been a while since I've been down to the garden. A couple of days, little ones not been very well, but I managed to get down for a couple of hours a day. And with it being the beginning of October, we can now have fires, so I can get rid of burn some rubbish. Also, beginning of October, I'm going to start putting my garlic in. So I'm busy at the moment in my top greenhouse through last year's garlic bulbs for the larger cloves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here, I'm going to take all of these bulbs out and I'm going to keep a hold of the large ones like this, these big ones. This one's white Christo, it's a form of almond garlic. I'm going to put them in the pot, and then I'm going to go through these two which I've got as well to try. I've got these two from Wilkinson's, as I mentioned earlier on as well. I've got Casablanca and Germador, and I'm going to go through them and do them as well with the larger cloves. I've already got my elephant garlic potted into pots. I'm going to try. I had a big problem last year with rust on my garlic, so what I'm doing is I'm going to keep it inside my greenhouse for a little while, then I'm going to find somewhere secluded outside where it's nice and cool and cold, because that's what the garlic needs to break from single bulb to many bulbs. So instead of it being one full bulb, you get lots of little ones. It needs cooled. That's something I've picked up from other guys on Facebook and things as well. Let's say this is the crop I had last year. I've had a good crop. These are the big ones. I've still got some at home which I'm still using. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get cracking on sorting them out, and get the ground pretty much ready. The ground's pretty much prepared. It's been fed and everything and dug over. Then yeah, so I'm gonna go and sort that out once I've done this. So I'll catch you in a little bit. Right, so I'm busy sorting out through the garlic. I've already done one batch. I've done the white Christo. I've got them in here. I've got them in there. I've done a lot more than what I put in last year. I originally put 44 of these in last year, and I think I'm getting around about 56 in there, big cloves. And I've also got another 12 outside as well, which I put in a bit earlier. I'm getting a fair few small ones as well, but I'll take them home and I'll use them. I'll move on to the Casablanca now. Nice big cloves. Nice big cloves. So I'm busy sorting through them at the moment, getting rid of the skins on the outside. Any of the ones I think are too small, what I'm doing is just popping them in another little pot here just to organise through them all. But there's some nice big cloves of garlic, which I want to save now, the ones I want to put in. Now these you can put in at around about, I believe it's 6 inches it says on the pack. I'll soon tell you what it says on the pack. Always read the pack. At least an inch under the ground and around about 6 inches apart, so like I thought. So yeah, got these ones. I've bought these from Wilkinson's. I do a lot of my shopping from Wilkinson's for garden supplies. It's handy this time of year as well to go in and get the stuff ready for next year as well, because they've got all the seeds and everything on 75% off and things like that. It's always handy to pop in and see what bargains they've got on, see if they've got any of the tools on as well. I've normally got my music playing on in here as well, but with this recording I can't put it on my little speaker as well, which is falling on the floor. It was standing up here. It is worth going through the garlic and picking out the larger ones, because you don't want to be putting the smaller bulbs in, smaller cloves, because they'll just be smaller at the end of the day. I don't know that. I could do an experiment and see if that's the case, but going off theoretically, if you put the bigger ones in, you should get bigger bulbs with bigger cloves. I mean, these are some nice clean bulbs as well, like. So yeah, I'm just busy tidying as I go along as well. So I'm going to get through these ones, and I'm going to get through the Germador as well. Then I'm going to go outside, take outside, I'll show you what I do when it goes to planting them. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, that's garlic prepared, ready to go outside. We've got the white Christo, we've got Casablanca, and we've got some Germador. Germador's got a nice little pelt taste to it. Hopefully you get some nice big cloves like I did from the ones that I was given. And we've just got 2 cloves there, getting about 25 to 30 cloves there. Got three garlic cloves there as well. I'm getting a fair bit, enough 44, 45 in there. I've got all the ones that I've collected as well. So I'm going to put them outside. before I do that, that's it. A little bit. Then we had some really high winds up here the other day, and unfortunately they've knocked me plans for me cider because blown all my apples off my tree. So all the big apples that were on there fall off. There is still a few on there, but what I've done is pick them all out, and that's them there. So I've got a bucket full of apples, but I've done the same with Grandad's as well. If I can catch them, get some off him as well. I'm just waiting for muslin cloth or some cheesecloth coming so I can make a start on that. Everything else is already sorted and cleaned out and done and dusted. So what I'm going to do is, next time my garlic's going in and out. My garlic is going into here. Like I mentioned before, I want to put them in this way this year. So I'm going to count how many I've got, see how many I can get in. I say it's probably over about 6 inches to a foot apart and an inch deep. So yeah, pretty much. I still got pears on my tree as well, which is a miracle. They've pretty much all been blown down as well. I've got a couple to have a munch on, but yeah, they're all nice big pears. Have been watered well this year as well, so that's good. So I'm gonna go and get set. I'm gonna get set to put my garlic in. So while I do that and get ready, I'll catch you after I've done this. Right, I'm going to try something different this year. Last year I got the tape measure out and I was doing 6 inches by 6 inches, but with a tape measure it was annoying and frustrating. I was getting laughed at as well because I was being too precise. So what I've done this year is it's round out hand with the pot, which is what I was after. It was 6-7 inches. Use that for a straight line. What I've done is I've marked every 7 inches just so I can get the hoe in. So I've marked every 7 inches. So to mark where it's going to go, where the bulb's going to go. Now the bulb, there's the root end there, so that needs to go down. And what I'll do, once I've marked them out to make sure that everything's straight, is once every 7 inches I put one in, I'll get my little dabber, about an inch down, then pop it in, cover over the top, mark it, move it along, because if you don't mark it you'll forget exactly what you put in, which I've done in the past. So I'll get marking that. Now what I can do in here, I'm actually at 22 in here, so I'll move this board across even about a foot apart from each set, so it's nice, neat and tidy, and that also I can get me Dutch hoe in to get rid of all the weeds when the weeds start coming up. So I'm going to move them in, move across, do the next one. I've got some more onions to put in as well, because I did well last year with my Japanese onions. I've got some red ones I've already put in this year as well. Now the Japanese onions I'm getting from Wilkinson's again. Put them in this bed here. This bed had some potatoes in, which I've taken out, and as you can see, these are coming up fine now as well. Just settling underneath. I've not even needed to net these because the birds haven't touched them, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine to go now. The red onions, there's not much life to these yet, but there's still plenty of time. Put them both in exactly the same. I've just got these in the bed where the leeks are at the bottom there. So I've got my leeks at the bottom there, which are covered in rust, which is frustrating because it's an airborne virus and I've got no idea what's going on with it. So I just have to pretty much live with it, I think, unless I can find some other solution. So as you can see, it's got little forms of what looks like rust on. It's quite common with garlic and leeks and onions to get that. So no doubt that these will probably get it, and they'll probably get it as well. And me garlic will probably end up getting it as well. Now when I had the wind the other day, it's absolutely back at the garden. Me sweet corn have been protected, my grandad's were blown over. This has actually done us a favour and kept the sweet corn. I've had to stake my outdoor chilies up. But I'm pleased to say that they're starting to ripen enough now, which I'm pleased about, so hopefully they are gone red. But they've also damaged my dahlias as well. Gutted. But these haven't got that long left as well neither, so I'm going to have to tidy them up as well, which I will. But for the moment, focus on one task at a time, because if I get sidetracked then I'll just carry on doing anything as I'm going on. So I'm going to get cracked on putting the rest of this garlic in, and I'll once I've done that I'll see what else needs doing. So yeah. Right, that's that done. It's taking us around about an hour to get that sorted out. So right, I've gotten 3 rows of the white Cristo in. The third row, that one there, is just the small cloves. Like I said before, I'll probably do an experiment. I had enough space and I had the land to do it. So what I'm going to do is I put 22 smaller cloves in, and then when it comes to lifting time, I'll see if there's any difference between the larger cloves and the smaller cloves. I've got just for record's sake, I'm going to write this down as well. So I've got 3 lots of white Cristo. I've got Casablanca, 22 Casablanca and 22 German. And this bit here, I've got 1 left to go, and I'm going to have my elephant garlic down here. Oh sorry, no, I'll have my last row of early that I put in there, and I'll have my elephant garlic at the back, spaced at larger intervals, so I've only got 12 there, so I'll double that up, so I'll put 14 inches apart, so it fills the whole row up there. So that's that job done for today. It's nearly, I'm going to have a cup of tea now. I'm going to put the kettle on, have a cup of tea, stick the fire on, get a bit warm, because I haven't brought my jacket today, so I'm really cold. Then what I might do, I'm still debating what to do in here. With the land that I dug over, now I might put some bloodfish and bone and some bone meal in there. I might put some quick turnaround lettuces. I'll see what I've got, and then it saves the land being bare. I might as well take you a tour around the garden. I haven't been here for a while. I'll have to shut these windows as well in case we get a high wind. I've got me melon. I don't think that's getting any bigger, to be honest. The plant's not looking its best. I think it needs feeding, but I'll just leave it on, see how it goes. And my tomatoes, these are my last of my tomatoes, so I'm just waiting for them to redden off, which I've got a few there, which I've already got promised out as well. Got all my pots ready to be taken out. All the stuff that's in there, the compost that's in there, I'll use for the flowers and things like that. I've tidied around, when I say I've tidied around, I've picked up all the apples, the larger ones like I mentioned earlier on. Compost bins, this one's 3/4 of the way full. What I've done that is I've soaked it up. I'm getting some compost maker stuff from Wilkinson's, which I can show you. I think I've got it in here. No, I have not. I'll find that. I've put it down somewhere. I can't know. I've put it. Oh, it's there. Do. Getting some compost maker to help with stuff, because like I mentioned prior, like I'll show you at the bottom of the garden as well. The compost isn't heating up, so I've taken the top off. I've soaked it. I'll show you when I go down there. Orchard apples, there's still apples on the tree. I'll pick them off when I'm ready to go with my mash making. I've still got these marigolds in. These marigolds, I grew these from seed and just put them in last year, and they just keep on coming and coming and coming. It's great. So I've got apples. I've got different variety of plants here. I've still got daffodils and tulips and all that to put in yet. Put this mustard seed in over a week ago. It's absolutely covered. Absolutely covered. Looks good, because what I'll do is when that gets ready, I'll dig that in over. Then that'll be prepared for whatever I want to put in then. Brussels sprouts, still growing but still infested. But I've still got some nice big sprouts on them. In fact, I'll probably start taking some of these off, because they're ready to come off, and I'll blanch them and put them in the freezer again. So yeah, I've got some down there as well. They're all they're decapitated. They've been annihilated by the beasties. But there's still some sprouts on there. It's the first time I've ever grown sprouts, so I am happy with that. I've got my gooseberry bush down here. This hopefully will be alright for next year. I did have lots of gooseberries on this year, but I left them on because I just transplanted them. It's a bit wild, probably deep with a trim. Something else happened there as well though. Yeah, so like I said, I've put my garlic in there. Sweet corn. Now, like I mentioned before, that hadn't been damaged, but down the back here, as you can see, it's a bit of a mess. So I'll start taking some of these off. Let's see what this one's like. Hold on 2 seconds. So what's up? See what's like. Some yellow. It's a good sign. Right, just put it in the chin. Right, there we go. There we go. Just munch on. I'm going to have a munch on that now. It's nice. I'm going to put this down. Yeah, so I'm going to have to pull these up. The ones that's falling over, pull them up. I've got these tiny pumpkins here. I'll do better next year with these pumpkins. Starting to turn. That's supposed to be jack-o'-lantern. It's not. I'm unhappy with this. The bloody wind's destroyed me daily. So these are going to have to be taped up. They're snapped, but let's just snap. Just totally snapped. Ruined them. I'm wondering what I seen on Facebook and things the other day. That taking seeds from these is not difficult to do. So I might see which ones is what. I might see if I can take some seed growth from seeds as well as tubers next year. Yeah, so I'll sort all these out. Possibly tomorrow. Start chopping some down as well because a lot of them is dead-headed. I need to dead-head them because they're nearly ready to come up as well. Got chopped onions. Me leeks out the back there. Putting some. They're getting bigger, which is nice. Red onions, purple sprouting broccoli, which is blown over in the wind, so I'll have to stake that up. That's been attacked by the beasties as well. These chilies. Pumpkin still ripening off. It's underneath the beans yet. The beans are all starting to die back. Like, some of them are, some of them are not. I'm noticing these have got nice purple. They've got nice purple beans in here. Nice colour them. I don't know what to do with them yet though, but I'll find something to do with them. 2 beds, that's empty. Peppers. It's alright, not too bad. Chilies drying off. So they're still producing this habanero. I've got the cayenne there as well. They've dried off on the plant. I suppose they'll still be useful. I'll take them off. There's a couple I've taken off, and that was green when it come off. I'll take that away as well. Yeah, but these haven't done too bad. These have done not too well. Sorry. Peppers, different types. Well, I'll sort them out for next year as well. Get them in bigger pots. The other ones are nice. Spider webs. That's me cabbage. Carrots. Parsnips have been blown over. Now I noticed I come and got some of these last Sunday for dinner. And see if I pull one of these up. Oh, that one hasn't got it. Sod's law. That one hasn't got it. Might not be this bed. Might be some of them. It's always the same, isn't it? When you try and show somebody something. I'll take this one because it needs going anyways. Nice parsnip. Just along the tops there. Getting a bit of canker. But I'll be ready with that for next year. Lime, but since they say the soil's great. Nice straightish parsnips. I'll take that one. Just the rest of my tomatoes, some more tomatoes in there, which are still cropping off. It's all winding down time now. It's all winding down time. I've got my sweet potato in there, which I grew from a slip, which I don't even know when to pull that up. But I'm just leaving it in there. I'll leave it in there probably till it dies back or until somebody tells us otherwise. And the mature grapevine that I got from my grandfather is showing signs of life still. So I'm happy with that. That come that next year. I'll get that trained. Hopefully we'll have some longer shoots. But it's a start. Considering it was chopped from the main one of my granddad's allotment, which is where it's rooted. But yeah, last but not least, the compost heap. Got some of this to chop up. So yeah, I've soaked it, taken the cover off. Once it's dried out a bit, I'm going to turn it all over by hand, which is going to be some effort. Yep, it's going to be some effort turning all that over. It was a nightmare moving it from the top of the garden to the bottom of the garden when I wanted to build me a greenhouse, where my extension, my sunroom. So I'm not looking forward. I'm going to dig that in, but once it's done, it's done. I'm going to take some flowers home as well, some of these dahlias that I'd snap off. So I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.